Day 104 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, guys, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we're at day 104, y'all. We're really making some progress here. We're really moving and grooving, doing our LeetCode thing. So I hope you guys are still motivated and still disciplined because we have a long way to go. But before we get started, don't forget, y'all, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, guys. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we can help get this content out to a broader audience and do our part in helping more people get interested in learning more about the Swift programming language. Now, with all that being said, guys, I know why you're here, and today we have question number 2574, left and right sum differences. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well because we're all trying to learn here, and there's no point in writing code that nobody's going to understand. So if we want to understand the code, the first thing we're going to have to do is understand the question. So let's see what the question says. It says, given a zero-indexed integer array nums, find a zero-indexed integer array answer where answer.length equals nums.length and answer I equals left sum I minus the right sum I, where left sum I is the sum of elements to the left of the index I in the array nums, and there is no such element left sum I equals 0. And right sum I is the sum of elements to the right of the index I in the array nums. If there is no such element, right sum I equals 0. Return the array answer. Return the array answer. So let's look at the example and see what it's talking about. So we have the input nums. We have an array of integers 10, 4, 8, and 3. The output is and another array of integers, which is 15, 1, 11, and 22. The explanation says the array left sum is 0, 10, 14, 22, and the array right sum is 15, 11, 3, and 0. So the array answer is 0 minus 15, 10 minus 11, 14 minus 3, and 22 minus 0, or the absolute value of each of those, which comes to 15, 1, 11, and 22. So let's break this down so we can see how they actually got this output from this input, right? So let's see. So if we let's look at index 0. So we go to the left of index 0, there's nothing there, right? So if no such element exists, left sum I equals 0. So in this case, we're starting at index 0. We look to the left. There is no elements to the left, so we're just going to put a 0 right there, right? Then we come to index 1, which has a value of 4. We look to the left of that, and that would be 10 plus 0, which will give us 10. So we put a 10 right here. Boom. We put a 10 right here. Boom. Then we come down here to index 2, which has a value of 8. Now we look to the left of 8, and 10 plus 4 give us 14. So we put a 14 right here and replace it to 8. Then we come down to index 3, which has a value of 3, and we look to the left of the 3, we have 10 plus 4 plus 8 is going to give us 22, so we're going to put a 22 right here in place of the 3. Now we have to do the same thing for the right side, right? So first we're going to start from index 0. Index 0 is 10, so we look to the right of 10, we go 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 3 is 15, so we're going to put a 15 right here in place of the 10. Then we're going to move down to the 4. We're going to go to the right of the 4. 8 plus 3 is 11. So we're going to put 11 right here in place of the 4. Now we right here, index 2 has a value of 8. We look to the right of 8. That's a 3. So that's 3 by itself. So we put a 3 right here in place of the 8. Then we come to the 3. We look to the right of 3. There's no such element to the right. So we're going to put a 0 in place of that 3, right? So now we have this array of the left sum and we have this array of the right sum. Now we have to find the difference in the two. So, and convert it to the absolute value. So the absolute value is of 0 minus 15 is going to be 15, because whether it's a negative 15 or a positive 15, the absolute value is going to stay 15. So in this case, it would be negative 15, but we want the absolute value, so that's going to be a 15. So boom, we're going to put 15 right here in our output, the first and index 0 of our output, because the absolute value of 0 minus 15 is 15. So we're going to put a 15 right here. Then, oh, excuse me, that's the wrong, we're going to put 15 right here. Excuse me, this is the right sum. Excuse me. So we're going to put a 15 right here. This is the output. This array is the output right here. So 0 minus 15 is 15. We're going to put a 15 right here. Then we're going to come down here, find the absolute value of 10 minus 11, which is a 1. So we're going to put a 1 right here, because we're taking this 10, we're taking this 10 from the left side, and we're taking this 11, we're taking this 11 from the right side, and we're subtracting them and finding the absolute value, which will be a 1 right here. Boom. Then we're going to take this 14 from right here from the left side, and we're going to subtract it from 3 on the right side right here. Boom. And we're going to find the absolute value of that, which is going to be 11. Boom. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to find 22 minus 0. We're going to find, which is right here, and we're going to find the absolute value of that, which is 22. So the output is going to be an array of integers, 15, 1, 11, 22, and that's how we got it. So let's look at example 2, just to really make it make sense. We have the input nums, the output is 0, right? So in this case, the input nums is 1, the output is 0, because the array left sum is 0 and the array right sum is 0. So the answer is 0 minus 0 is going to give you 0. So if we look to the left of 1, that would be a 0. We look to the right of 1, that would be a 0. So we put it, and then when you subtract 0 from 0, you get 0. That's why the output is 0. So I hope that made sense to y'all. If it doesn't, let me know in the comment section so I could help to explain it better. But yeah, we're basically just adding up all the numbers to the left, and then we're adding up all the numbers to the right of each element in the array. So now that then we're subtracting the differences from both of them. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the code. So the first thing we're going to do with the code, we're going to declare a variable called count, and we are going to set that equal to, nums.count. Then we're going to come underneath that, and we're going to declare another variable called left sum. We're going to set that equal to 0, and we're going to mutate that later as we create the left sum. But that's going to start from 0, because there is no, when we starting from the left side and there is no such element for some I on the left, it's going to always be 0. Then we're going to declare another variable called right sum, and this is going to be equal to nums.reduce. Then we'll open up the parentheses and we're going to say 0, plus. So what this is going to do is this is going to basically, or not even basically, this is going to get us the sum of all of the elements in the array, starting from index 0. Then it's going to add them all together. And we're going to use that to start with our right sum before we change it and mutate it. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to declare another variable called ands. We're going to set that equal to an array of integers. Initialize that with the parentheses, and that is going to be our array that we work with to return our answer. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say for I in 0 up to count. So we're going to start our for loop. We're going to say right sum equals minus equals, not equals, right sum minus equals nums I. So this is going to get rid of nums I so we can work with the rest of the elements in the array. Then we're going to say ands dot append, open up the parentheses, then we're going to say abs for absolute because we want the absolute value. Open up the parentheses again, then we're going to say left sum minus right sum. Boom, and that's going to give us the absolute value of the left sum and the right sum, and it's going to append it to ands. Then we're going to put left sum plus equals nums I, so we can make sure we put it back in the array for the next iteration. Then we're going to come down here and we are going to say return ands. And that's all she wrote, y'all. That's all she wrote. So let's run it, see how it runs. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Uh-oh, we got a typo. This should be left sum, y'all. Excuse me, not just left. This should be left sum. So let's run it again. Let's run it again. See how it runs. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's submit it. Make sure it stays accepted after we submit it. And there, ooh, that's what I like to see, y'all. 22 milliseconds beats 94.83%. Excuse me, beats 94.83% of users with Swift, y'all. So there it is, y'all. That's what I like to see. That's a good time right there. That's a good time. So okay, one more look at the code. One more look at the code. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See you then.